It's been a long time, everyone. Welcome again to the Voice and Vision podcast, where we bring together faith, leadership, and strategy. I'm Dr. Christina Asari, and today we're talking about the glory of God at work, leading from His presence. So often in a world filled with shifting deadlines, team demands, high stake goals, it can feel like faith and work are two separate categories. But for leaders with a kingdom vision, faith isn't meant to be sidelined. The presence of God is not our backup plan, it's our foundation. His glory doesn't just belong in the church sanctuary. It belongs in our calendars and in our conversations, in the way we create strategies and implement solutions. God's presence is not an accessory to our leadership. It is the very source of our strength, clarity, and alignment. We weren't created to lead from depletion. We were designed to lead from divine overflow. Now, what does this actually look like in practice? It's not about squeezing a Bible verse into every slide deck. Instead, it's about carrying wisdom, peace, and spiritual authority into every room that we walk in. When you've been with God, your leadership shows it, whether or not you say a word about Him. You stay composed when tension rises. You see the unseen needs behind surface level problems. You make decisions with clarity others can't explain, and you bring compassion into pressure filled spaces. Leading from His presence means leading with a heart that listens first and acts second. One verse that anchors me is in Exodus chapter 33, verse 15, where it says, "If your presence does not go with us, do not send us up from here." Moses wasn't looking for comfort, he was looking for divine protection and guidance. He understood that success without God's presence is empty. Movement without His direction leads to mistakes, and that truth still applies today. The world might celebrate speed, but kingdom leadership requires alignment. Don't move unless God is in it. So, how can we make space for God into our daily leadership? Well, so we make space by starting our day with Him. Before the first email, create space for God's voice. Spend time in prayer before you even start your day. Ask God for wisdom, not just wins. God sees what we don't see. Do not overcrowd your calendar. A quiet spirit sharpens strategy, and lead with both empathy and excellence. The way we honor people reflects His presence just as much as the word speaks. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do as a leader is to pause, listen, and follow His lead. God's glory isn't limited to Sunday fellowship. It transforms how we think, operate, and influence every single day. His presence brings insight when things feel uncertain, patience when pressure rises, and purpose when distractions try to derail us. You don't have to lead by natural strength alone. Invite God's presence into every meeting that you have, every decision, every responsibility, because His presence will sustain what your planning alone never can. So carry His glory into your leadership quietly, confidently, and consistently. That's how transformation begins. I know this was a quick message, but it's an important message that I wanted to share with you. And thank you again for joining me on this episode of Voice and Vision. I pray that this message anchors you as you lead with faith and clarity. Stay connected by following Voice and Vision Media for leadership insights, and it speaks to both strategy and your spirit. Also, subscribe. Share this episode with a leader who values both impact and intimacy with God. Until next time, remember, Lead from his presence and watch his glory transform the work of your hands. I pray for you. I pray that you have peace in your home and your workplace and that you lead with his glory in the mighty name of Jesus.